What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for clicking into this video. My name is Joy if you're new here, and if you're not, welcome back. Y'all, we hit 1K subscribers on the channel, bro. Like, are y'all crazy? A thousand of y'all are here, and I'm so excited. Like, that was the motivation. Actually, no, I don't want to say that, because when I had 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, like, I was still trying to put out quality content, build a community. This is just, I don't know, like, showing me that you guys like what I'm putting out there, and I appreciate you so much. Of course, y'all know we got to do a giveaway, but because I'm extra, y'all got to give me some time. Give me some time to get stuff together. It's probably going to be stationery and book related, so definitely stay tuned for that. I appreciate y'all so much, and I'm not going to lie, sometimes I'll get these like good things happening and then I fall back. And so even before like recording this video, I was like, I really don't feel like recording. Like, my head is just not done. And you know, having a mother that supports you and loves you, like, even into your adulthood and things like that, like, it's just so amazing. And I feel so blessed because my mama was like, girl, get up, that's the enemy, get in the field and keep your foot on the gas. And like I said before, like, being consistent is a struggle for me if I feel like there aren't things in place that I want to be in place. So I'm so excited to just be in front of the camera, talking to y'all, pushing myself. So yeah, I'm so grateful to every single one of y'all that are here. The giveaway is going to be strictly for YouTube. So if you come across this channel, you come across this video and you like stationery, books, whatever, I suggest you subscribe because I'm going to do a fun giveaway to thank you all for being here. I don't know, y'all. I'm just like beside myself, like, so excited. I can't wait to continue to grow. Again, like, y'all let me know what content you want to see. I have a list from the last time I asked that I'm working through, so bear with me. I definitely like have some stuff cooking up, y'all. New York City is so noisy. But yeah, the next one, I got 1,000 subscribers. Like, New York City is up. You feel me? Like, anyway, in today's video, we are going to be talking about 12 books that are coming out in the last half of the year that I'm super excited. Actually, I don't know if it's 12. I need to count. But we're going to talk about all the books that are coming out in the last half of the year. So y'all know it's a mix of genres because what? A bop is a bop. So we'll have some fantasy, of course, thriller, romance, everything in the mix. So if that sounds good to you, then stay tuned. So y'all, I don't know why it looks so, I'm looking at my screen, but I don't know why it looks so yellow in here. Super bright outside, like, so I don't know, bear with me. I'll try to balance it in when I edit or whatever, but let's get into the list. Y'all know it wouldn't be me if I didn't have my list in my handy dandy journal here. This cover is from a young lady. Her name is Allie Steele on TikTok. She doesn't have an Instagram yet, but in my last video, I mentioned her in this journal cover, but I will link her website down below in case she does another drop of these, so y'all can sign up to get notifications. But y'all know I got my list in here, so let's pull her out. Y'all know what song has been stuck in my head? Fast Love by George Michael. Mad random, I know. But it is such a good song. Gotta get up, take it down. All right, y'all. I have my list, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first book on the list is Keep Them Close by David Ellis. Not new here. Y'all know I love me a David Ellis book. His thrillers are so good. And this book comes out June 30th, and it is a domestic thriller. Follow siblings Luke and Allison as their bonds are tested after Allison's husband is murdered, and that uncovers a bunch of dark secrets like affairs and things like that. So I cannot wait to read this book, y'all. Okay, wait, for the new people, I like to go into books like somewhat blind. You might see me glancing down because I have some notes on what each book is about, like, just to a minimum, because I do like to go into books with some information to make sure that it's a book that I'm going to be interested in, but not enough that it'll spoil anything. So that's why you'll see me looking now. But yeah, I'm so excited to read this book by David Ellis. David Ellis has a way of creating these storylines that overlap and build on top of each other, and then at the end have such a twist and a crazy ending. So I'm so excited to get into this book. The next book that I'm super excited that's coming out in the latter half, well, actually it's coming out next month, is The Demon Star by Jesse Aragon, and it is releasing July 28th. And this is a horror sci-fi. This book follows parents who have to decide if they're going to allow their child to become a vessel for a god-killing demon and subject him to this life of chaos, or let the doom that will befall millions of people happen in real time. So I'm really excited to read this book. I don't know, this year I kind of been in my sci-fi bag. I've been reading Sun Eater, and it really like has awakened my interest in sci-fi. So I'm really excited to get into this book. Again, it comes out July 28th. Also, y'all, while we here, if you're interested in any of these books and shopping any of these books, please check out my bookshop.org link below. It is an affiliate link, and I'm trying to steer people away from Amazon, because if you don't know, Amazon is trying to wipe out small indie bookstores by underpricing their books. And I get it, like books are expensive. I'm not telling y'all how to spend y'all money. I'm just giving you the information and an alternative, even if it's just you get one book at a time. I would appreciate the support for shopping my affiliate link, but proceeds from each book purchase also goes towards an indie bookstore. Either you can choose it, or it goes into a pot where bookshop.org divvies it up to other small indie bookstores. So definitely check that out, because Amazon, they be doing too much. So I just wanted to throw that in there. The next book on the list is These Walls Remember by Del Sandine, and this is a gothic horror that is slated to come out August 18th. And this book follows a set of sisters that inherits this haunted house in Savannah, Georgia, and they must confront its dark past and their own fractured relationship to survive. Now, Del Sandine is definitely an author that I've been wanting to check out, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I do not be liking spooky stuff. I am a scaredy cat. I don't really like horror books, but I started watching Widow's Bay this summer on Apple TV. If y'all haven't checked that show out, you need to, because it's so good. But that kind of like made me want to like lightly dip my toe into the spooky. But this also like has some historical elements, I think, and I love seeing sibling relationships in books as well. So I'm really excited to get into this one. And again, it is coming out on August 18th. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna report back to this one, because I don't read a lot of horror. So I'm gonna report back about this one. So when I saw this next author was coming out with a book this year, I was excited. I was like, yes, we finally getting the third book in the installment. Let's go. And Saga Press was like, slow your roll, girl. It's not Hierarchy 3. I'm talking about the book Scion by James Islington, and apparently like he wrote this book in between the Hierarchy series because he just needed to remove himself from that world, which respect, because book 2 had a lot going on. So I understand, brother, like I get it. So Scion is slated to come out September 1st, and this is a cyberpunk sci-fi that follows Azure, who is a genetically enhanced contract killer that gets hired by a scientist to take on an unusual job that thrusts him into this world of organized crime, and he has to stay alive. So this book is described as Maze Runner meets John Wick and has some dark humor elements into it. So I'm really excited to see James Islington step into a different genre and do humor, because ain't nothing funny about the Hierarchy series. Okay, I ain't laughed once. Okay, no, I'm joking, but I'm so excited to see him step out of the fantasy genre and dip his toe into sci-fi. So yeah, y'all, this is definitely one that I will be giving a wrap up on, because I'm really interested to see like his different writing styles from genre to genre, and see if if I like his sci-fi work. So next up, this is going to be my first book by this author as well, and like I told y'all before with the Del Sandine book, I'm a little scaredy cat, so I definitely am dipping my toe into the horror genre a little bit slowly, but I am excited to read Maisie Wood by Tanana Reed Dew, and that comes out September 22nd. And this book has some horror and historical elements, so I'm definitely feeling that historical part might be what keeps me from being too freaked out. But Maisie Wood follows the grandson of a 1920s Hollywood star whose name is Maisel Washington, and he returns back to his grandmother's cabin retreat to find another monstrous legacy tied to her childhood wish to become famous. And so I'm really into the historical parts of these books. This is another Black horror that's focused around like the familial unit and around the house. So I'm definitely excited to tap into this. I've also heard nothing but great things about Tananarive Due writing style. I still ain't read the Reformatory because I'm scared, but I'm really interested in the historical elements of that as well. So yeah, I'm excited to dip my toe into the Tananarive Due book catalog. I'm also most likely going to buddy read this book, so that will definitely add on to like the reading experience and hopefully not make me as afraid. But yeah, I'm so excited about this book. The next book I'm excited to get to is Strange is the Light by Sarah Marie Griffin, and this is slated to come out September 8th of this year, and I'm really excited about this. It's sci-fi, and I told y'all I'm in my sci-fi bag. Strange is the Light is a book that focuses on a group of estranged friends as they have to confront the consequences of unlocking a strange and dangerous alternate dimension that they unlocked when they were playing a serious RPG game when they were children. So this is probably going to have dual timelines and flashbacks and things like that. So I'm really excited to get into that. Another book that I'm really excited to get into is The Infinite State by Richard Swan. This book is slated to come out August 4th, and another sci-fi fantasy book, of course. But I've really been wanting to get into Richard Swan's catalog. I've heard nothing but great things about Justice of Kings series, and then he has another spin-off series from that as well. And I believe this is going to be a trilogy or a duology, so really excited to get into this series as well. The Infinite State takes place in this fascist galaxy-spanning world called the Decurian Empire, and I'm thinking that it's going to have 3 POVs. One is a widowed party member of the fascist regime that is in place. The next one is a disgraced investigator that probably has done some things that they shouldn't have. That's why they're disgraced. And a hypersled pilot that are all entangled in this plot to escape the fascist state. And so this book is a blend of thriller, space opera, and cyberpunk, focusing on survival and themes of totalitarianism. So I'm definitely interested in this. I love books that blend different genres and that really have different themes in them. So excited to read this and really dive into Richard Swan's work. The next book that I'm super excited to get into is The True Confessions of First Lady Freeman by Deisha Filial. I hope I said her name right. But this book is supposed to be so messy, and it follows First Lady Sharice Freeman as she navigates her life as the First Lady of a megachurch, and she's competing in this First Lady USA competition, and all of this scandal about her past and affairs and things starts to come to the light. And I'm really excited to read this because although I am a Christian, I am very critical of the megachurch setup and system as a whole, and I'm sure that this is going to bring to the light megachurch culture and sweeping things under the rug, and hopefully it'll do a good job at examining some of these big themes in a funny yet respectable way. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. I've heard that it's very messy. I love me a messy storyline, so I will definitely be reporting back to y'all about this book too. Now y'all, earlier this year, if y'all follow me on Instagram, or maybe it might have been in the last year, I mentioned that I wanted to incorporate some new bookish habits in my life, and one of those was to read one nonfiction book a quarter. And ask me if I've done that. I'm gonna tell you anyway. The answer is no. So I'm excited to get into this book, not because it's nonfiction, but I love books that focus on Black history. And I know y'all hear that siren. Anyway, the name of the book is How Bright the Path Grows, The Untold Story of the Women Who Made the March on Washington by Marcia Chaitlin. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right. And this book is slated to come out September 29th. And I'm so excited to read this book because everybody knows behind every great man is an even greater woman. This is a group biography, so I'm really excited to learn more about the women who really were the backbone of the March on Washington and the civil rights movement as a whole. I definitely I want y'all to hold me accountable, but I really do think that this is a book that I'm actually going to read because I love to learn about Black history, especially the untold stories of Black heroes that made some of the moments that really put us in a place to have the liberties that we have that are actually under attack right now. So really excited to read this book, and I definitely will be reporting back on it because this feels like it's going to be one of those texts that everybody needs to read. Next up, we have The Ferryman's Daughter by Yasmin Ango. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name right, y'all. Don't put me up at the stake. I'm sorry. This book is slated to come out October 1st, but I think it came out before and it's being re-released. So as I was doing some research on books that are coming out next year, and it popped up as I dug a little bit more, I found out that this book came out in 2022, I think. So maybe some people have read it, maybe not. If you have, let me know down in the comments what you think. No spoilers, please, because I'll find a way to block you. But anyway, The Ferryman's Daughter is a psychological thriller that follows Sanaa Kareem, who is the daughter of the notorious ferryman killer, and things have been dormant for a while after her father got locked up. And so she must confront her father's legacy once a copycat killer starts to come on the scene, doing the exact same things that her crazy daddy did. And she uses her past as a medical examiner to help figure out what's going on. I'm excited about this because I love a good psychological thriller. I'm sure it's going to have some flashbacks, and I love a dual POV. So yeah, I'm definitely, I think you can get it on Kindle Unlimited as well when it comes out. So yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. Now, y'all should know when I saw that this book was coming out, I was extremely excited. And it's The Wolves of War by John Gwynne. This is an auto buy. I hope I get an art. Holla at me, Orbit Books. Like, what's up with it? Anyway, I'm so excited. This is going to be a new, I think it's a duology from John Gwynne. New series, new world. It's not based on any of his other series. And I'm so excited to get into a different series. Out of the 3 series that he has written now, I absolutely love 2, which was The Faithful and the Fallen and the spin-off series of Blood and Bone. The Bloodsworn saga, for some reason, just didn't hit for me. We could talk about that in another video. I still have the last book to read, but I'm so excited to get into The Wolves of War. This book comes out November 3rd, so yeah, I'm locked in and I'm ready to go. The Wolves of War has some Slavic inspiration, and it follows a young girl. Her name is Halia, who has to awaken her powers to protect her family from a dark witch. And I'm really excited to read this book because John Gwynne mentioned that this book was dedicated and based on his daughter Harriet, who unfortunately passed. So I know it's going to make me cry. It's going to make me feel. We know, if you know John Gwynne, you know he does fight scenes and interpersonal character relationships like no other. His world building is insanely good. So I cannot wait for this book and really see his heart towards the love for his daughter. And one thing about John Gwynne too, he really does write female characters really well. So I can't wait to read this series. And last but not least, we have The Last Prince in Florence by Zoe Sivak. Hopefully I'm saying her last name right. This book is slated to come out November 17th, and it's based on Alessandro Medici and how his mother used her proximity to the elite in Rome to get him on the throne and get him into elite spaces. I'm so excited to read this because Alessandro made history as the first biracial Duke of Florence. So I'm so excited to see this story and learn more about the historical elements. Y'all know I love me some historical fiction. So definitely going to be reporting back on this one. I can't wait to read it. Now, as I was making my list, I did come across 2 books that's coming out in 2027 that I'm just going to do an honorable mention about. I'm not going to go into details because I'll probably have more details about it towards the end of the year. But the first book is The Fox in Winter by Antonia Hodgson, and this is the second book in, I think it's called the Eternal Path trilogy. It's the second book after The Raven Scholar, and I love that book. I'm probably going to have to reread it by the time this book comes out because I had an arc of it, and so I read it before even the release date, but I loved that book. The arc was a little hard to follow because of the formatting, I think, but the storyline was really good. I'm excited to see where it picks up. So yeah, super excited to read that book too. And another book that's coming out in 2027 is Silver Dawn by Marie Lu, and this is the second book in, I don't know the name of the series, but it's the book after Red City, and I loved Red City. Silver Dawn is slated to come out in February of 2027, and A Fox in Winter is slated to come out in October. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm so excited for these 2 books. I absolutely loved Red City, like I said. I'm excited to see where the story picks up with Sam and Ari and this syndicate world that they're living in an alternate LA. So really excited about those two books too, but I just thought I would throw it in there because they ain't coming out for another year almost. But yeah, y'all, it's some heat that's coming out in the last half of the year. I'm so excited to get to these books. Let me know down in the comments if these books are on your radar or what books you're looking forward to reading in the last half of the year. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. If you're not already, I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate y'all being here once again. I'm just so excited to see what the future holds for our community. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comments. Check out my short form social media platforms as well if you want to see me on a day-to-day. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Happy reading. Bye.